Good morning. You guys ready to go? Who's alive? Alrighty, then let's get going. Good morning. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community for Forex traders. Powered by TRADARS, powered by Traders Way, the complete package. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Good morning. How's your coffee or tea? All right, so we're going to have a very interesting day. Let's start by getting an update on all the news that recently has occurred in the last few minutes. Let's go. Oops, what did I do? I clicked it twice. Ain't going to work. EOS uptrend falters ahead of token swap, despite Volta's DeFi TVL soaring to $246 million. The US dollar is lower versus the three major currency pairs as traders react to Moody's downgrade. It's an official holiday in Canada and an unofficial one. XRP price offers mixed signals as broader cryptocurrency market swings between support and resistance.
Gold stuck at $3,345 resistance, with markets repositioning on US credit cut. Euro-US dollar surges on US downgrade. EU-UK trade summit in focus. Forex Live European FX News Wrap. Rough day for US dollar and US Treasuries. US dollar faces selling pressure after Moody's US downgrade. Pound sterling outperforms US dollar on US sovereign credit downgrade.
WTI slumps to near $61 as Moody's US downgrade sparks US bond yields.
Yeah. So, do you know?
US dollar faces selling pressure after Moody's US downgrade. US dollar faces selling pressure after Moody's US downgrade.
What do you think?
US dollar faces selling pressure after Moody's US downgrade. Pound sterling outperforms US dollar on US sovereign credit downgrade.
Right?
Euro US dollar surges on US downgrade. EU UK trade summit in focus.
You get it? Dollar's weak because of Moody's downgrading the sovereign debt. See? So anyways, you should know that. You should be well on it by now. Cool. Any news today? No. No news for a long time. Well, it's late tonight, depending on where in the world you are. So, tomorrow, but 12:30, right? So, very early tomorrow. Now let's go to the fundamentals. Just quickly go through all that. I just want to point out, I want to do short-term treasuries. Okay, there's going to be big moves in the market today. And look at that. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Look at that. We breached 4.0. Huh? 30-year all the way to 5.0. 5.0 said freeze and I got numb. Can I tell him that I never really had a gun, but just a wax of the Terminator X spun? Yeah, that just happened. Yeah, look at that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not good. Not good. All of this is not good. And we are clearly riding the average here. Yep. That's not good. Oh, beeping, 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 beeping. Yeah, so you should be watching this throughout today. You should be watching the risk gauges throughout the day, in particular after the markets open. Okay. We have the new commitment to traders report. You should have already reviewed it. Came out Friday. It's Monday, bro. Okay. These are just, I'm showing you the routine that you need to be going through. Now, members of TRADARS have already done this because it's part of our routine. Yeah. In fact, in a similar way, we've already, like if you go to last night, check this out. We've actually, awesome. Hey, welcome to the week on the street. Hope you had a nice weekend. Well, this is your week beginning. Let me remind you that trade inflation out of New Zealand and you, Mitch. How exciting! Inflation out of New Zealand. Okay, then we're going to do Aussie jobs, GDP out of Great Britain, GDP out of Europe, PPI out of the United States, retail sales US, GDP out of Japan, inflation out of New Zealand, and you, Mitch. How exciting. I hope you guys are fired. Isn't that cool? But their wage growth. This is where we actually download and read the economic reports, and I go through them line by line. What you should probably do, like if you did have an interview. Oh, whoa. See? Inflation, but better than before. Inflation from wages. Oh. Look at us doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. All the demand is local. Foreigners are not buying stuff. Wow, that's really bad for Japan, huh? Oh, holy smokes, that's a bad one. Apparently, that was my thing yesterday. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Cool stuff, though. Isn't that wild? Are you doing this level of work? I hope so. Cool, right? Yeah, cool beans. So, anyways, you're probably fundamentaled out, macroed out. You probably have done so much work since Friday that you're just burnt out. Now we have this downgrade to deal with. Right as Congress and then soon the Senate will be going back and forth with the White House on the big, beautiful budget bill. And the Moody's downgrade was right in the middle of a budget negotiation. Boo-hoo, Moody's. I don't like it. Now, I don't know if you're doing it for political reasons or I don't know if you're just doing it to market yourself, but either way, very poor taste, Moody's. Thumbs down. In my humble opinion. Let's see here. Not a lot going on in the stock market. Let's take a look. Let's make sure I have all the commodities on. Forex. Well, let's focus on dollars. Now let's do them all. Stock indices. Yeah, that's fine. That's Ethereum. We need 10 more votes. Please fill out the survey. What are you trading today? We need 30. Make it statistically relevant. Okay. Oil. Down channel threat. Brent. Bearish threat. Brent. Interesting. Rectangle break. See, I would have drawn it slightly different, but I guess it's non-directional anyway, so that can't be an opportunity or a threat. USD on the crude on the 30, same thing. It's really sideways, so top of the range. Not an opportunity or a threat, but I suppose it's an opportunity if you're trading off the bottom. You're just taking it. Silver, non-directional. If it breaks out by a dip, gold. Okay, ascending triangle, so it's bullish. So that's an opportunity for gold. Oil going out on a 4-hour. it's a buy a dip scenario. So anywhere between C and the dot offers opportunity. Brent has the same thing. Okay, this is U.S., this is international oil. Both are 4-hour charts, and both are showing the same pattern. Oh. And silver, non-directional, trying to find direction. So I pass on silver, maybe some gold. Really depends if the U.S. dollar continues to weaken. Crypto. So I only have Ethereum and Bitcoin on, and right now, not a lot going on for Bitcoin and nothing really going on for Ethereum. So that's a pass for now. All right, Aussie CAD pass. Euro Aussie, interesting. Well, it's a channel up, so it's an opportunity. Okay, channel up, opportunity. Euro Swissy, 4-hour, channel up, opportunity. CAD Swissy, it's a okay. I'm gonna let it maybe. I don't really even want to own this, but I'm so pro Canada. Come on, Canada. Up, down, and then maybe long. Having looked at the COT report, I'm like, triangle, non-directional, USD yen. Okay, I would say it's a falling wedge. If it breaks out, then you could have a potential reversal that could be a threat. But I'm thinking down for now. Okay. Now, so you're like, but it says up. No, it doesn't. No. You have to understand what it's saying. It's a falling wedge, and we've pierced the upper resistance line. So there's a threat to the upside, but what is happening is down. So there's a threat to bears, but there's potentially a bearish opportunity. This is on a 30-minute, so drop into a 5-minute, see if you can scalp yourself short. Euro Swissy, yeah, up channel, bullish with an up leg. That makes a lot of sense to me. That's an opportunity. That's a bullish opportunity. This is a bullish threat. This is a bullish opportunity. This is maybe a breakout bullish opportunity, maybe, depending on your bias, fundamental bias. Euro Swissy, yep. Higher high, higher low, buy the roll reversal, long and gone, yep. Okay, that's an op for sure. USD Mexican peso, I want to get short this, and it's a falling wedge, which means it's bearish, and the next leg is down, so that's a bearish opportunity. Aussie Kiwi, really? You want to get involved with that? Well, on the 4-hour chart, it is a bullish channel. Next, right? It hit the roll reversal, so it's a bullish opportunity. Am I going too fast? Well, that's the problem. I can burn through 7,500 charts, and it just takes me a few minutes. Okay? Now, I would thin the herd if this was me, because I would want to look at the fundamentals first, create a hit list, and then target a lot better. So, for example, we can go to our summary. Okay, we got to go to our summary. Do we want to buy the stock markets? maybe. Oil, yen pairs, okay, maybe. So that's what we could do. So we could focus on so instead of going through all of these things, looking at Aussie Kiwi, because I say things like, well, I wouldn't trade that if I was. You're like, well, then, yeah. So what you need to be doing is you can say, well, I'm very interested in selling dollar today. Okay. So let's start with that. And, okay. Did I get euro dollar? Yeah. All right. Okay. We have that. Great. Now, what about yens? Well, we have a conundrum, don't we? Yens are likely to get strong, but they haven't been. And so we're kind of caught between technicals and fundamentals. Makes it difficult. Mm-hmm. So what do you want to do? Do you want to trade the yens or do you want to trade the Swissies? Okay, well, I'll let you figure out the Japanese yen yourself. Okay. But last night I reviewed Japanese GDP, even though the report was in Japanese. Okay. So, okay. And we know seasonally there's a change coming. But you should also be asking, will the Bank of Japan keep on raising interest rates? Well, we have a way to analyze that. Of course, traders has everything, right? But you should have sort of an opinion. We call that bias. But that's complicated. That's a complicated question. Maybe you want an easier question. Yeah, okay. An easier question is, what do you think about the Swiss franc? Okay. Oh, well, I want to sell the Swiss franc. Okay, cool. Now, how do I feel about Aussie Swiss franc? Well, I'm not very keen on Aussie, but I'm definite seller of Swiss franc. Okay, how about CAD Swiss franc? Well, I'm not very keen on CAD. I'd like it to go up. I don't have a lot of faith in that, but it is what it is. So I don't really love owning CAD right now, but I sure would like to sell some Swiss franc. Okay. You see how you can go about this? Pound. Well, I'm definite about selling Swiss franc. What about Kiwi? Well, I'm definite about selling Swiss franc. You see? So now we can go through it and have much more targeting and say, well, I only want to sell Swissy, which means all Swissy pairs up, and I only want to sell the US dollar. So, is this an opportunity? Yes, this might be an opportunity. It's a scalp and then buy a dip into a day trade. Okay, Aussie Swissy. Okay, non-directional, but I can buy a dip here. Okay, off the bottom. Now, I wanted to break out of the channel, pull back and gone, but could I do it? Sure. Okay, again, maybe it's just a scalp today. USD Mexican peso, I want to sell it. I already covered that. So that's fine. It may not be the world's greatest setup, but you're selling in a falling wedge. Well, I've heard dumber things than selling in a falling wedge. Okay. Pound Swissy, I'm only in a buyer. This is a bullish trend. Next leg is up. So bullish opportunity. USD Kitty Cat, I only want to sell. And it looks like I could scalp it down and then swing it down. Okay, so non-directional currently, but if it does go to the red zone, then we would form a bearish channel in which I would sell the rally. So you could scalp it now or swing it later. Pound Swissy, I only want to buy. Looks like we've broken out. I'd love to buy a dip. And then we would form a bullish channel. See how much better it is when you're targeting? Non-directional pound dollar, 4 hour. If it breaks out, buy a dip, let her rip. Kiwi, non-directional. You could buy it. It's not the world's greatest opportunity. Instead, you'd like it to break, pull back, long and gone. Same thing, euro dollar. If it breaks, buy a dip, long and gone. Right now, it's mediocrity. Descending triangle, maybe a sell. Maybe. Yeah, as you can see, it's not that great. But I can only sell it. So it looks like more consolidation, if anything. No? Yeah. CAD Swissy, I only want it to go up. It's not really. No. Pass. Okay. A, B, C, D. Yeah. Well, not the world's greatest opportunity. I want to buy it. But what's saying here is even if it goes up on this, it'll drop on the daily. Huh. So up for now, down later? Well, that's not the world's greatest opportunity. Triangle, non-directional. I only want this to go up, and and the next leg is down, so that's a threat. Okay, non-directional, but it might be an opportunity later. Maybe sell the lower high and then bring it down. And CAD Swissy on the daily, we only want it to go up, and it's hard to believe that that's going to happen anytime soon based on the technical pattern. Oh my God. Yeah, cool, right? Oh, thank you. We got statistically enough votes. Let's see how you guys are focused. And let's line this up. Let's do this quantitatively. Thank you for your opinion. Now it might be pure opinion. Maybe you've done quantitative analysis. Maybe you're thinking short term only. Maybe you're thinking long term only. Oh yeah, we could have all different types of opinions. Cool. Now, does that line up? Does your opinion line up with any of this? What do you guys think? Sorry, I'm watching an auction for a yellow Lamborghini. 5-liter V10. Yeah. One of my goals is to buy a Lamborghini and donate it to charity. Cool. So, anyways, this is how we get to our opinion. And And these things change on a regular basis. So, like, let's say week over week, between now and last Monday, right? Volatility has gone up. That's bad. Treasury yields have gone up. That's bad. Gold has gone up. That's bad. Put-call ratio favors calls. That's good. Yen went up. That's bad. S&P 500 went up. That's good. 2-year treasuries went up. That's bad. Dollar weakened. That's good. Usually. But right now it's weakened because of unusual circumstances. Sorry. Oh, long morning already. Oh. But anyway, so typically we would say it's good. Today I'd say it's bad. So you have to still understand what the gauge is telling you and then be able to adapt and adjust. This is normal, but the dollar being weak in this scenario, okay, almost 1% already today, is not good. Okay? And that can push up. Oops. That can push up, let's say, pound dollar, euro dollar, so on and so forth, right? Oh, we're already on euro dollar. Mm-hmm. But look, euro dollar up 9%. Kiwi dollar up 0.5%. Did I say 9%? 0.9. 0.5. 0.64. Okay? 0.45. 0.7. Well, it's better than Canada. Okay? Flat. Okay? And dollar weakened by. So it looks like on average at least 0.5%, almost 1% in some cases. Well, this, right? Well, this has everything to do with the Moody's downgrade. Okay. Cool. Hey, have you guys lowered your spreads yet? Every time you make a trade, we put some cash into your cash account. You can trade it. You can withdraw it. It's real money. How about that? Yeah, yields are not moving favorably for me anyway. So instead of a discount, we just give you some cash. It's like a 3% cashback card, credit card. Think of it that way. Okay? It's like a 3% cashback credit card. So as you trade, you get some cash put into your account. That's it. Trade with TRADARS, man. Trade with TRADARS. Getting pretty close to 9 o'clock. Let's get an update.
Fed's Williams. Recent economic data has been very good.
WH Hassett. Would not be surprised if there are more trade deals this week.
US-EU trade discussion are being complicated by internal EU disagreement.
Wall Street poised to open in negative territory. Gold unable to break above key resistance level at 3,145 despite surging uncertainties.
Euro US dollar price forecast. Buyers paused ahead of fresh clues.
Gold prices rise as U.S. rating downgrade fuels haven demand. U.S. dollar hits vital support with April's dollar recovery under threat. Mexican peso steadies as Moody's downgrade pressures the U.S. dollar. Yeah, so that made me think. We looked at changes in Forex based on dollar weakness, but I should have pulled up gold as well. Okay, most things were about a half. Some things were 0.9. Check that out. Holy smokes. So when you look at Forex, the dollar was weak, but there was also some weakness in the other Forex pairs. So euro dollar was up almost 1%, 0.9. But people don't love euro. And then everything else was 0.5-ish. But, so they were buying Aussie but not in love with it, buying pound but not in love with it, so on and so forth. The cleanest bet was sell dollar, buy gold. Yeah. Now, you're like, but it's neutral and but this and but that. Well, that's a lot of buts. The thing is, what supersedes the long-term fundamentals is that we just got a U.S. dollar downgrade, which weakens the dollar. Boom. Gold benefited it the most. And that's that. Does that change things technically? Does that change things seasonally? Does that change things fundamentally? Well, today it is what it is. Is it long-term fundamentals? No. Is it normal to be down? No. What about technicals? Did Thursday, Friday kind of predict any of this? No, no, and no, and no, and no. It is what it is. It's up today. And that is short-term fundamental change. Weakness in the dollar. Okay? And in this case, not just a weakness in the dollar, but it seems like a move toward purchasing gold. Okay? So, that's the reality. That's the fact, Jack. So maybe that you should put that on your hit list, huh? Debt. Budget. Budget and debt, Richard. Deficit spending. Borrowing money to operate your business. No, not uncertainty, no. Sky Killers by the pool. Yeah, watching the webinar. Yeah, I work a lot outside. I'm Canadian. I want to be outside. Bo 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 bo. Bum 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 bum. Okay, treasury yields just getting crushed. Look at that. Just terrible. Terrible. 2.3. It's moved more than gold. Oh my God. That hurts. That's going to hurt me. That makes a bad day for the Wayne. That pushes me toward potential capitulation. I hate to admit it. Oh, yeah. Bitcoin down, Nasdaq down, FTSE down, silver up a little bit. Everything else is just kind of waiting, huh? Well, that means you should have credit, Richard. And of course, it's not the number of homes and buildings you own. It's how much equity in the homes and buildings. You can own 5 homes and a building and be bankrupt. Or you could have 25 million in debt and be filthy stinking rich. Oh yeah, cash for well, you have no leverage. Well, in that case, you take the cash out, but I don't know if that's good timing anymore. Now you'd have to pay a lot. Yeah. I had friends that did that too. Um, but they're just different choices. That's all. There isn't right or wrong. Um, when money was free, though, why use cash? They they could have borrowed, so they used 20% of the cash and put the other 80% in the stock market, and then the stock market basically doubled, but housing didn't double. And then you take the money out of that and, you know, take that out, and then housing prices went up, and then mortgage rates went up, and then, there was, I don't know, some, you get to a point though where you can just say, well, we're not trading. We're just converting our cash into physical assets, and it'll have its own booms and bust cycles. Why kind of try to play like this boom and bust cycle versus that boom and bust cycle and all that kind of stuff? Um, but the simple argument to that is when money is free, you borrow, right? So at the very least, let's say you spent cash for 5 homes, but you could have used that cash as a down payment. So you could right now own 12 homes, you know? So, anyways. All right, I'm spent. It's 9 o'clock. Hope you have a wonderful trading day. Don't forget, we do a stream every weekday, so make sure you subscribe. Best thing for you to do, though, is join TRADARS. You have your technicals and your fundamentals and your market sentiment all automated. Yeah. And then while you're at it, trade through us. And at the very least, get a cash rebate on your trading. Or use our prop service, and you might be able to get TRADARS for free. Yeah. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Have a wonderful trading day. And I'll see you again later today at 4. If you're a member of TRADARS, it's part of our multi-streams or streaming multiple times a day. And for everybody else, I will see you tomorrow.